Okay, so I want to rank all the, I want to put all the Lego Marvel Daily Bugle minifigures on a tier list. And then I'll also do another video where I kind of use this tier list to rank it 1 to 25. But first off, I need to do the tier list. So let's start. Daredevil is an obvious yes. It's a first-time minifigure, but also they did really good with him. His basic design was captured perfectly here. I mean, the character, it's not the characters, or it's not the set's fault that the character is very basic, but they do very good with making him look very basic and not too over-detailed, like too much leg printing or arm printing or stuff, and that would make him not look basic like his normal outfit. Okay, Carnage. This is B. This minifigure comes in a lot of sets. I mean, there is one thing though. I will not really count being in too many sets against characters a lot, depending on who it is. I won't count exclusivity if it's like a figure like Spider-Ham or something who's only been like 1 or 2 other sets. I really do, because a lot of the Spider-Man sets suck, so no one wants to buy them. So I'm going to just rank it off how good they are. But Carnage is a kind of overused figure now. I mean, if a character's overused, I'm fine with putting them down on the list, but I just also don't feel like the figure's the best. I mean, like, they give him a lot of printing. I feel like it's a lot of unnecessary printing as well. I feel like they should take some of the lines off and make him a little bit more basic. But, let's see. Next up, we got this guy. I forgot his name. I think it's... No, it's not Ron Barney. Ron Barney's the other guy. Whatever this guy's name is, I forgot. I'll put him in C tier. The civilians are just a little boring. It's not their fault, though. Spider-Man. C. I mean, this is definitely an overused figure. He's in like 50 sets, but the dual molding legs are nice, which is why he's not in D. But yeah, the figure overall is good, so I won't really take too many points off it. Spider-Ham is an S. The only other way to get him is buying an $80 crappy set, and I don't think many people really wanted to do that just to get this minifigure. So this is a great way to get him if they get him an actually good set. And yeah, I always wanted Spider-Ham, so it's amazing to get him here. Black Cat. I've never really cared too much for Black Cat. I mean, I didn't even know who she was until this, but they did do good with her, so I'll give her an A. Mysterio's an A. I mean, they started making Mysterio last year, but it still had that clear golden bull head. And then this year, they fixed it in the $40 set, but that's a $40 crappy set that a lot of people probably didn't buy. So, this is another great way to get him, and it's a great minifigure. Spider-Gwen with a new hood. This is a great minifigure. A tier. It finally shows off the printing on her shoulders and more of her chest printing, like the other hood, and I just think it looks better for Spider-Gwen. Dr. Octopus. This is a great minifigure. When the $20 mech set came out, the pictures came out, me and Cloud Building Productions agreed that this figure was good, and even though the mech set sucked itself, it was a really good way to get him. Miles Morales is an A. He's not really shown on screen because he's off to the side of the screen, but that is Miles Morales, I promise you. It's the same one from the $10 mech set, and it's a perfect minifigure. I love it. I mean, a lot of mech sets have good figures, but bad builds. Like the only ones that aren't really like that are Thanos and Thor. Blade, this is an S tier, or sorry, A tier. Only because they failed on giving him hair, and they should have made his hands black. Like the color black and not like the skin tone. So, I think those are the only issues with him. But yeah, that's on to the next thing. Venom, also in B. Kind of like Carnage, is overused. I feel like, unlike Carnage though, they gave him a good amount of printing and not too much or too little. And I think the extensions are cool. This again though, I just don't really think that they look the coolest. I mean, like, they kind of look cool, but like, compared to all these other insanely designed minifigures, it's kind of not really fair. Punisher is an S tier. It's a great minifigure. Exclusive as well, with like a couple other characters from the set. Has those guns, and the Punisher logo on his chest. It looks really nice. This figure was controversial though, and it could be pulled from the set. But Lego doesn't do that very often. I don't know if they've ever done that, so that probably will not happen, but there are rumors it could. John Jameson, also an S tier. It's been ages since we've gotten Jonah Jameson in Lego, and they did pretty good with this one. He looks incredible, and I love the way it looks. Ben Urich, B. I mean, I feel like they did kind of good at making him look good. It's just the fact that civilians are just so hard to make them look interesting. Bernie the cab driver, Ron Barney, and Amber Grant, I believe her name is. All of them are going in D tier. They're just boring, and they have nothing to do with the set itself, except for the fact that there's a newsstand and a taxi. It just feels like, they're kind of just useless add-ons. Aunt May, I'll put her in B tier. I feel like they did good with the way she looked. I feel like she's still, kind of boring. Peter, C. I don't like the hoodie they used for him. I don't know if it's been in a set previous to that, but honestly, I could care less about that. I really just don't think the figure looks that good, and sometimes with face prints, when people are complaining like, "Oh, this one's overused," like there's some that are overused and like they shouldn't be, and I agree with them. But there's some like people complain about too much. This is one I feel like that people don't complain about enough. I mean, him and Ant-Man have the exact same face, plus they use his face for Tom Holland, and then just regular comics Peter Parker, which they don't really look much alike. I just feel like they just keep using this face, and it's not wanted, and it's just getting annoying. Betty Brant is a B. Again, it's just hard to make the civilians look interesting. I mean, it's not really their fault. It's citizens, but still. Sandman, A. The extension is cool, like on the legs and stuff. But I wish they would have given him legs that you can actually walk him with, because instead, it's just that thing. Gwen, put this in the A tier. A lot of people are hating on this figure because none of the pieces are exclusive, and I could honestly care less about that because like one of the pieces from Hidden Side, and I hate Hidden Side. It just looks stupid, and I never wanted to buy it. Green Goblin. This is a B. I just don't think it looks that interesting. I think the original trilogy movie version of him looks pretty interesting, but this just doesn't. And now we have Firestar C. She's just kind of boring. I feel like they did go with her hair and face, though. I'm trying to get... Okay, so the civilians in D. Those four in C, B tier, A tier, and S tier. At least make sure that's 25. Let's see, 5. 7, that's 12. Let's see. 18. 22. Yeah, that's 25. Okay, yeah. I just feel like Firestar is pretty boring. It's just the same color throughout the whole chest except for the gloves and hair. So yeah, that's really it for the video. Then I'll rank these afterwards. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye.